Hi, welcome back to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl, and today we are finally going to be redoing my berry and fruit side of the garden. So I'm just going to show you what we ended up getting and how we're going to be going about to renovate my berry and garden, fruit and berry side of the garden. Let's go take a look. So over here between the shop and the house, this is 2 loads of bark mulch. It's not the same that you would usually buy at, oh, Jamie says it's hog, from the trees. He works at one of the mills, and what we did was we borrowed a dump trailer and we took it to his work, and then he loaded that up the dump trailer and we dumped it here. We did this last year as well, and we used it to put in the pathways around my raised beds, and we're starting to move this over onto the other side of the house. So let's go take a look over there. I'm going to take the shortcut. This has been a thorn in my husband's side, and he's been wanting to fix this ever since I installed it. So any of the mishaps that we have here, this was on me. So what we've done so far is we've removed all of the straw that I brought in here, and then we put in compost around all of the raspberries. So this is the raspberry side of my fruit and berries, and we put compost all around these plants. If you look up close, these raspberries already have flowered, and now they're setting the fruit on these berry plants. Some of these I bought, and some of them I got from my sister. So now Jamie's bringing the bark mulch over, and we are putting in a really thick layer, and we're just putting it right over top of these, right over top of where we had the straw. And then this straw that we've removed, we're just going to put that into the chicken coop and let the chickens go through it. Okay, so here's what I've done so far. Jamie said that for me to dig wells around each of my perennial berry plants. So these are my blueberries, these 2 here, and I'm pretty sure I have them planted too close together. Then I come down here and I dug around this elderberry, and then what we're going to use with this excess of dirt and rocks, we're just going to fill in the low spots. But anyways, this is another elderberry I just want to show you. Got some elderberry flowers. I'm so excited. This is my first year to have elderberry flowers. So I've dug a well around this one too. Here is my haskap, and I see some little haskaps on there. We picked a couple and ate them, and they definitely do remind me of a cross between a raspberry and a blueberry. And then this is my other haskap down here. This one got whippersnipped with the weed whacker, so hence why that one is so much smaller than this one, because I did get them at the same time. And then this is my blue plum, lots of foliage on it. There wasn't any flowers on it, but this tree we just got, not last year, but the year before last. And I'm gonna dig a bigger well around this blue plum. And then I'm also going to be digging a well around my sour cherry tree. Look at this sour cherry tree. It is just loaded with sour cherries. This top branch, way up there, in the fall or in the spring, I'm going to cut that down because that should have never have gotten quite that tall. I didn't even notice it. So this is super exciting. I make a sour cherry jam with this, and my husband absolutely loves it. So over here I have put my hoops over my strawberry plants, and I've put on a bird netting over these plants because my strawberries are starting to form. I have flowers, but if you look here, I have a bunch of strawberries coming in over here. They're coming in all over the place. So it's time to get these hoops on and get this bird netting on there, because those birds will just come. Look at these strawberries here. They're just green right now, but within no time they're going to be red and they're going to be mine for the picking. So Jamie's this is as much that he has put down, and we have decided that we're going to put this bark mulch right up so it goes right along this raspberry line, right in the middle of the raspberries, and that blue plum will have this bark mulch spread all over here, and it's quite a thick layer. And this works great because if you have any weeds that pop up, you can pick them out. They come out like butter. They're so easy to pick out. It's so much more manageable. I have been wanting to do this for a while, but the amount of bark mulch that we got last year, it wasn't enough. Yeah, so we had just enough bark mulch last year to do in between my rows on my raised beds. And then we also had, well, we did most of the rows around the raised beds, and then Jamie and Austin had put in 2 of those long beds. So then he wanted to get bark mulch in between the rows on those 2 long beds. So first we've decided we'll do this side first and see how far that takes us with 2 loads of bark mulch. I'm hoping that we can get all of this done. So hopefully, here's hoping, we have enough to do all of this, because we've already taken that dump trailer back. We figured 2 loads should be enough, but hey, you just don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So I'll definitely bring you back when after I've got a little bit more of this stuff done. I need to try and dig a well around this sour cherry tree, but it's going to be kind of hard with all those branches in the way. I'll have to ask Jamie what's the best route at digging a well around that. He'll probably say, oh, grab your little rounded shovel that's like this high, and you can sit under there and dig that. And I'll be like, no, that's not going to happen. For one, that's hard on my knees. Told you I'm not getting any younger. And for 2, if I was bent over, well, that's hard on my back. It's easier to stand up and dig and use your foot on top of the side of the shovel to get some, pressure going into the ground. I basically jump on that shovel to get it to go in. It's pretty wet. It's pretty soft just because of having the straw in there. It really holds the moisture in. But it'll be the same once we get the bark mulch, and it'll look so much better. It won't be a weedy jungle mess. Like, we don't have near the weeds over in that raised bed area. So I'll bring you back when we get more of this done. Hi, so we're on day 2 of our little fruit and garden renovation, and I just want to show you what we've done so far. I'm just going to move my little makeshift gate out of the way. The look. So here I've dug up wells for around my blueberry plants, and I filled them in with compost. And then anything that is just like weeds, grass, this is all around these plants is going to get covered. and we're going to cover it with cardboard, and then we will cover it with the bark mulch, or as Jamie calls it, the hog. So here is my little elderberry plant and my bigger elderberry, my haskap. Jamie tried a haskap for the first time. He thought it was pretty good. Like I say, it has the taste of a cross between a blueberry and a raspberry. And then that's my other little haskap down there. But look it over here. I'm gonna get out of the sun. This looks so much better. And we have at least 4 to 5 inches of bark mulch on this side. And then we'll be doing the same over here in just around the plants and in the pathways. So between, oh, and also I dug up a well for my blue plum, and then over here underneath my sour cherry did up a well, and then we will put cardboard around and then have the bark mulch. I'm going to call it bark mulch because that's what it looks like to me. We'll do it between these 2 strawberry beds, between this one and this one. We'll lay down the cardboard. So what he wants to do is he wants to level out this ground, any low spots, any dips. He's going to level it out, and he'll rake into any of the low spots. This is what he wanted me to do when we were talking about doing this. And I'm not the landscaper, he is, and I just did the bare minimum. I did with what I had, and he was not all that crazy about the job that I had did. And to me it's like, well, if you wanted it done differently, then maybe you should have came out here and helped as well. But he's helping me now, and I am willing to do it his way as long as he gives me the direction. But just to tell me that, oh, level out the low spots, fill in the holes, I'm like, ugh, that sounds like a lot of work. I don't have to do that. And so I did it. But now that he's willing to work with me on this, I'm like, okay, I'm willing to do it your way. It is going to look great. Of course it looks great. Like, how can it not look great? But my way, I'm just doing the easiest way I know how with what I have and my capabilities as to what I'm willing to do. Like, if it wasn't for him, I literally would not have any of my raised beds. I would not have that beautiful circular garden that he has made me. We would not have bark mulch around our beds over on that other side neither. I would not have my 3 long beds. I would not have fences with T-posts all around to keep the deer out. I mean, he's the builder. I'm the grower. That's my job. I'm the grower. Let's go take a look. I want to show you what I did over with my brassicas. Look at this. Got my netting all on my brassicas. Got that all set up. Looks like I have to fix this clamp here. It isn't got all of the netting inside of it. I just want to make sure that it's secured in there properly. Okay, so we've got all the netting on. So these are just hula hoops that I bought from the dollar store, and I've secured them into the ground, and then I bought this netting, and I think I got this at our local, it's called Hulls and Herbs, and they have all kinds of hydroponic product, and they have this wonderful netting, and they have fertilizers and all kinds of different types of plants, trays, pots, all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty cool place. So I have this is all my brassicas, so that's my cabbage and my cauliflower are all in here, and look at how lovely they look in the under this netting. So that is my cabbage, and then these plants here, this is my cauliflower, and I have that so it comes right to the end. And so why I do this is because those white little butterflies that go floating around, they are cabbage moths. And what they do is they go over your plants and they drop eggs onto the plants, and those eggs turn into those green cutworms, and they will decimate your brassicas. So putting this netting over top, I am just protecting my plants from basically getting decimated. So this is the reason why I put this on. I actually haven't noticed any white butterflies yet, so I think I'm on top of the game. I think I've got it before things get crazy. So I also want to show you how beautiful my potato plants look. I'm so excited about my potato plants. They look amazing. Like, look at these. Look at all the flowers on them. They look so healthy. I'll come over onto this side. And they're huge. Like, you can barely even see like you have this row over here. You can't even see the row for all of the potato plants. Now these ones at this end, they're flowering now because this is an early variety. These are the Jennifer. And then the next one is another early variety. It's actually an early to mid variety, and that is the Christina. But these other later varieties, there isn't any flowers on them. I see buds, but I haven't seen, like, come over here, and there's buds, but they haven't opened yet. All of these have buds. None of them have opened yet. So I'm super, super happy with the way these potatoes look. Figure I'll take my sunglasses off now. It's not quite as bright out here as it was. So that's all I have for you for today. I just wanted to show you what we were doing as our transformation of our berry and fruit side of the garden over on the other side of the house. I'm super stoked that I got my netting on my brassicas. Been wanting to do that. Got the hoops up on my strawberries, got the netting on those, been wanting to do that. So we have all of these things accomplished. I'm in the midst of getting that other side looking so good. Once we get the bark mulch put in over on that other side, then we'll go and finish. There's a section in my raised bed garden, just in the U-shaped area. There's just a small square there that needs to be filled in. That needs to have bark mulch on it. And then also in the very back row down along this long back bed, that one needs to still have bark mulch put on there. We have the cardboard down. We just have to put the bark mulch over top of it. So getting things done, really happy with the results so far, and I'll show you when we get the rest of it finished over on the berry side. We're going to take a little bit of a break for a few days. Jamie has a competition shoot out of town, so we are going to be going to Prince George, going to be camping in Prince George, and hitting some Value Village, hitting the Costco, and then when we come back, we'll get back onto finishing that berry and fruit side, and we'll have it all done, and it's going to look amazing. I just know it. It's a long time in the coming. Jamie's probably had enough of looking at how I did things and decided, okay, the only way that we're going to be able to do this the right way is if I take the bull by the horns and do it myself. So if you want anything done right, sometimes you just got to do it yourself. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you the next time. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.